Hello and welcome back to Legoland. Today, cabin air filter on a 2014 Mustang. It's dreadfully simple, it's just a real pain in the butt to get to. Get your air filter, which this time around it was a special order. I had to order it in and it took a few days to get here, but here it is. It's real simple. You take these two, they're press bolts. Here, let me get up to them. Real simple. They screw in just like this, and they hold the piece of cowling into the engine. Unscrew it, and they just pop right out. Next is a fun part, and you kind of want to have a friend with this for this one, but I don't have friends. So you take, and you got to lift this cowling up, and be careful not to upset your hood, because these things don't come down gently. You just reach in and grab your air filter box. You see that's had a little bit of a life. Pop the old one out, keeping in mind the airflow direction. Let's find mine. This one does not even tell me which way the air is flowing, so oh, there it goes. So airflow, keep in mind your airflow direction. Take it out of the plastic. Seriously. You don't want to go to the shop for such a silly little thing. Airflow. Right? In the same direction that it was before. Set it back in. Make sure it's going to be in snug. Now I'm going to guess this is the same thing for the GT, but this here's the V6. Okay. Put it back in. Just like that. Looks a lot nicer. This is 1 year of driving. Back in the same way you took it out. Make sure you don't upset it. Find the box. And this is the real fun part when it comes to these cars. You got to wrestle this box back in without messing up your air filter. The only good way to do it is to pull your stupid engine apart, pull your hood off, but it's a real pain in the ass. It's got a couple tabs down at the bottom that you need to set those tabs in. Press, and then it does that. So now I gotta fish it back out. Okay, so now I've pushed the hood up as far as it can, so now I gotta hold the hood with one hand and play with this little beastie with the other hand. There are a couple tabs here at the bottom that I need to be able to fish into a mount down here that gets to my filter box. I'm going to switch hands up here, and I'm going to put the hood back on its mount so I can give you a better view of exactly what I'm trying to play with here. Alright, now I can't see how well you can see it, but down in there is the filter box. And I got a couple small tabs that I've got to sort of reach into blindly to be able to get to mount this. There's the camera. Be able to mount these two little tabs at the bottom, and then hook the whole thing into the top, and it should just hold itself. Sometimes it's a real pain in the butt. Okay, I really don't like doing it like this. I had to pull this entire section off. Again, it's just held on by those two screws, so it's designed to come off, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. You got to fish this section here, and you can see it's been eaten up over time. Having to pull it across this section of my hood back here. I'm trying not to damage the piece. I'm trying not to damage my hood in the interim, but now I can get down in there a lot easier by reaching one hand through the top of the hood and one hand through the back of the hood. And that click, if you heard it, puts everything in place. It's held now, instead of just me sort of fiddling with it. See, now it's held in place. These two little tabs right here, like that, right? The tabs are in at the bottom, and you know it's in place when it does that and just sort of holds itself in spot. Yeah, okay, so now you just put the cowling back on. I'll show that because it's not too hard. Put the cowling back on, put the screws back in, make sure it's flush, and then drop the hood and you're done. It's important you make sure that this section here where the two pieces meet are in and flush, otherwise it'll ride weird. It makes a little bit of extra noise, and Mustangs are they're famous for their loud road noise, like as opposed to Audi or BMW or Mercedes, or even my old Saab had very little road noise. This car, in comparison, is quite loud, honestly. So you want to make sure that these little tabs here meet in, and that this section here in the center is flush. These two little tabs will align, and it's ridiculously simple. Push them in. You literally just screw them into place. Oh, I guess you can push them in too. All right, so now they're in place. Cowling's not going anywhere. Everything's flush on the window side. No, it's not. Not quite flush on the window side. There it goes. Now it's flush on the window side. I had to give it a little bit of a nudge. It's all flush. You're not going to get anything down behind the firewall. Road noise has gone down almost imperceptibly. The old one is out. All the tools are taken away from the front of the hood. Job done. Okay, that was it. That was simple. Probably took, in real life, 5 minutes had I not been messing with the camera and placement. Very dirty. It's a good idea to change these things at least once a year. It affects the way the inside of your car can smell, or even the way it performs, because it's trying to push air through a dirty filter. It affects your fuel mileage. The cabin filter, mildly. Number one thing is to remember to take the plastic off. I've seen too many videos of people with filters, cabin air filters and airbox filters. Just take the stupid plastic off. I didn't do that this time, and God willing, I'll never do it. Have a great day, and as always, I'll see you around.